Hello everyone. This video we are going to have a look at the syllabus, new syllabus released by CBSE for class 11 computer science, and we'll also see what is covered by the Discover Python channel and what more has to be done. And apart from that, I also saw a few messages saying that these videos are really helping you people. I will do my best to give videos with proper explanations. And now let us start looking at the portions. Now let us look at the syllabus, unit-wise syllabus, term 1, unit 1, computer system organization. We went with what is there in the Sumita Arora book, and in that pretty much like basic computer organization, everything is covered. Cache memory is a topic which I didn't find it in the book. But I got that for you from the CBSE textbook. So I have given the explanation much later in this video. Please take a note of it. And the types of software we have covered whatever is there in the Sumita Arora book. And number systems, that is also it's covered fully. And what is pending is operating system, few topics in Boolean logic and encoding schemes. Looking at what is covered in the Discover Python channel, I didn't find mobile system architecture anywhere mentioned in your syllabus paper. So that might be extra. I am not sure whether school will ask questions from this topic. And one other thing I didn't find is the basic theorems of Boolean algebra, which I think I have few more theorems to complete. I have to release the videos on that. It is good to know these theorems. It's better to verify with your teacher whether the questions will be coming from these topics. And what is pending is the operating system. And this I think I have to take it from the NCERT textbook. And then Boolean logic, under that De Morgan's law and logic circuits. What I found is De Morgan's law, it uses complementarity law. So you might have to understand that theorem alone to solve the De Morgan's law. And the encoding schemes, of course, the entire topic is there, which we need to cover. And now let us see what is cache memory. This is one topic which I think Sumita Arora book, it was not there. And I've taken this from the NCERT textbook. And cache memory is nothing but a temporary storage memory. And it stores the frequently used information. And the reason for it is for quicker processing by the central processing unit, so that we don't spend too much time sitting in front of the system waiting for things to be processed and fetched. And we know that RAM, the primary memory, is faster than the secondary storage memory. But if the CPU has to go and fetch the information from the primary memory every time, it slows down the system. So that is why there is an high speed memory is placed between the CPU and the primary memory, and this memory is called as cache. So this cache stores the data, which is copies of data which are frequently fetched from the primary memory, and this reduces the time required to access the data. So by that it speeds up the entire process. And when there is a need to fetch a data, the CPU first checks this cache memory, and if it is not there, then it goes and fetches from the primary memory or the main memory. As an example, we can say that your browser, for example, it caches and stores the information on the of the frequently accessed websites to speed up the loading process. And this is pretty much about cache, which you can note it down. Now let us look at the unit 2 portions. We are not going to look at the entire portion, but we will have a look at a couple of topics. Computational thinking and programming, it says introduction to problem solving. This is full theory which I need to explain to you with videos. Next one is a familiarization with the basics of Python programming. Here what I have done is I'm going to give you instructions on how to install Python, and I will be giving you a link to a page where I will be posting the Python related information which you can go through, and I want you to start programming Python looking at the examples given in your book, because programming is something which comes with practice. And while we are covering up with all the theory part, you will also get a head start on the programming part. And I will next I will tell you how to install Python. To install Python, you go to the specified URL and then download the latest version, which will be generally Python 3, and based on your laptop, whatever operating system is running, Windows or Mac, you can install the latest version. And also make sure you're installing for the right bit, 632 or 64 bit RAM. And once you're done with this, then you will be able to open a shell which is Python in interactive mode, and you will be able to enter something like print hello world, and then 5 plus 4, something like arithmetic operation, and you will be able to see the result right away. This is the interactive mode. And but mostly we will not be doing programs in interactive mode. This is for your understanding, and it is also specified in your syllabus. The thing is, it will be in a script mode. The program will be stored in a script and it can be executed. So to open a file in script mode, you can see that in the shell, there is this file, and then there is new file option. When you open it, you can see an editor where you can put the print messages as I have specified, and then give a name to this program, like by saying save as, and you will be storing that as a Python script. And to execute it, what you have to do is there is this run button which is there at the top, and you can run the Python script, and the output will be displayed in the IDLE shell. To start your journey on Python programming, I've opened up a blog page, and you can see updates there. So I would recommend you visit this page and then successfully install Python and run your Hello World program. And then I will be updating page every now and then, and you can start off with your programming journey. And by the time we are done with all the theory part and come to the programming part, it will make things much easier for you. The understanding part will be much easier, and the familiarity of the Python language will be more for you. And this is what I wanted to tell you today. And if you have any questions, please post it in the comment section. Thank you.